everybody, I'm Stefan Palios. I'm live from the Facebook Cube at Move the Dial, and I'm here chatting with Stephany Lapierre, the CEO of Tealbook. It's really good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Move the Dial, of course, is all about diversity and inclusion, all about pushing women forward in business and in tech. I'm curious, what do you see as necessary to build sustainable change, not just a one-time wave that peters out?
Well, I think success, right? I think it's seeing more women become successful in executive position, more success in companies funded that are women-led or women-founded, and then seeing those success will, I think, replicate and change some of the stigma around potentially gender, differences.
So it's helping to support that success and then also evangelizing it and talking about it and letting people know.
Absolutely. Communication, sharing, and telling stories. I think Move the Dial is doing this really, really well. Telling the stories about those entrepreneurs or those people that have gotten executive roles and how they got there, and also what it took for them to get there in a way that others can contribute to making changes or supporting and allowing those individuals to reach success.
Yeah. And so you're the CEO of your own company, and I'm hoping that you are able to take inspiration from other people. I'm curious, what progress have you seen? What wins have you seen that have been either part of your journey or just things that you've been able to observe?
I mean, the movement, right? For being a woman right now in AI, in tech is the right time. Now I come from a line of entrepreneur female. My grandmother was an entrepreneur.
Amazing.
My mom, my sister, all my friends. I grew up being from Quebec. There is a lot of entrepreneurship. And so I didn't see this to be an issue until I started fundraising, building my own companies, and then saw some of the gender gaps. And I think it's really inspiring that there's so many people who care about this. And I think is the critical mass of everyone, talking about it, doing things like Move the Dial so that it inspires and that movement starts growing in a way that we can make significant impact.
Okay, and even with all these wins, with these great conversations, sometimes there are still problems. And I'm curious, what obstacles are you seeing that are still being put up that people need to jump over or go around?
And I think maybe what's more personal and it's fundraising. So I was on a panel, all-female founder panel last night, and just recognizing that women share more, we talk more, we tend to be more humble, and that when we translate that into fundraising, it goes a little bit against how you should be positioning yourself or your company when you're raising capital. And I think being conscious of that as a founder, as a female founder, and how you represent yourself, and also how you may have to adjust, but then on the other side is having investors that recognize that women may raise money differently, may articulate, may be more humble about the opportunity, but most of them, when you see, there's a lot of risks that are being taken. If a woman decides to go all into building her tech company, taking the time to really understand under all this talking potentially, or this humility, that is probably lying an amazing company worth funding.
Yeah. You bring up an interesting point there. There's the two sides. One, VCs and other investors, they need that education to understand that people are different. But then on the entrepreneur side, there's a lot of work there too. What do you think people can do to kind of pull themselves up by their bootstraps and walk into that room even if there's a bit of a disadvantage?
I think it's getting feedback. Like for me, the only way I could get better is to be able to do it. The more I did it, the more I pitched to different people, the more feedback I was able to get and then readjust based on the type of investors I would be presenting to. And learn from really, like you'll hear them pitch and understanding what is working so well and how are they answering questions more directly. And so I had to adjust how, I basically, manage my own strategies and also our messaging when we were presenting to investors, but through people and outreach and the generosity of those people giving me time and feedback.
I like that, and thank you so much for your time today, Stephany. For folks who are not able to be at the conference today, who are watching this from home, if you check out the live stream, Stephany's going to be on a panel later talking about fundraising, and we'll share even more secrets, so check it out.